How about that video intro? My goodness. That'll fire you up.
Here we go.
I'll get you ready to run through a brick wall for the double E. Elks 101, September 29th. Declan, Eddie, Rick here with you on this one. First things first, how was the weekend?
Weekend was fun. Weekend was fun. Nice and busy. Lots of sports on TV. We had some nice NFL, some nice CFL, some nice college ball. We had some Ryder Cup. Jays make the playoffs. Like, come on, what more could you ask for?
So much.
Listen, I'm unbelievable football weekend. I didn't really watch any of the Ryder Cup. Not a big golf guy. I'm not sure I understand how the scoring works.
You win the hole, you get a point.
That's all it is?
Yep.
Okay. That sounds...
Yep.
That sounds. Where do the half points come in? Like when it's obviously.
Yeah. So if a half point is if you tie after 18,
right,
then you get a half.
And how many rounds do they do?
So there's 2 rounds a day for Friday and Saturday, and then there's just 1-on-1 for Sunday. So you technically have like 5 rounds.
I like golf. Like I like watching golf. Like the Masters. Nothing better than watching the Masters. Like the Open, whatever it is. Like those are always huge events. But Ryder Cup comes along and I got like people, because obviously working in sports, like asking me about the Ryder Cup. I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's a good one.
What happened?
Yeah, no, it's.
Rick, where do you come out on like some of the antics, like with the USA and
they're going a little bit far. So it's a team. There's a team thing. So I'm down with it. Right, the atmosphere is there. It's rowdy. It's fun. It's awesome. I love that. But they take it a little bit too far. It's almost like they dumb down their chirps. So the Europeans, when they chirp, like there's a video out there of it's just a couple of the European players and Rory's just like doing up a button and someone chirps him, "Hey Rory, you don't need a button to choke." That was funny. Now you go back to some of the other American fans that were out there and they're just yelling like it's just fuck you type of stuff. It's dumb it down. Yeah. So if you want to do it, but do it clever because that's funny, and then do it at the right time.
That's but then
when Rory's about to shoot, and I think this is on Friday or something like that, and they're yelling at him, he stops his approach, turns around, tells him to shut the fuck up, then goes back to his ball and drops that thing 2 fucking feet from the pin, man. Serious. You walk around like you were 19 feet tall at that point.
That's mental, right?
That's
there.
dope, bro.
Dog mentality.
That's sports, man.
Did someone ever drop a bar with you that you were, or even just that you heard that you were like, man, that was cold. That's a good line.
Man.
Even if it wasn't with you, there must have been something you heard.
Something to me for real.
Really?
That really just got me in the heart, like cold. But actually, there's 2 moments. 2 moments definitely. But the worst, and it motivated me, fellas, like to become a dog even more. Yeah. But it was 2013. I was just signed with the Double E here, and I was coming off of this knee injury, and they had a deep D line like Elmondo Sewell, Ted Laurent, a couple other guys in front. And we had signed during the year this big American guard, like big Mauler deck. Yeah. And, they don't really sign American linemen, especially guards, right? Yep. They usually you stick Americans at tackle, but he was a Mauler. And he was trying to finish guys. And in practice, especially mid-season, you're taking it easy, right? You're vetting each other up. You're not trying to take each other down. That's what training camp's for. And this guy, like the other guys held their own against him. And it was my turn. And he kind of got me. He didn't like dog me, but he got me. And I was like still coming off of this shit. Yeah. And like I wasn't back fully. And I come back over to the D line and like the fellas were hanging out and they all saw it too, like the vets. And they're like, "Steele, you're the weak link." Ooh, bro.
Oh man.
Said you're the weak link. Bro. And there's like the 3 vets there standing together. And it was cold.
Yeah.
Like,
who said it?
It was savage, bro.
Who said it?
Ted Laurent. It was bad.
That's an era reference too, by the way. The weakest link.
So Arab?
Era.
Oh, era.
Like the era.
Yeah.
Right? Because whatever that show was, that was the thing. That you are the weakest link. So that's where that comes from. Exactly. Yeah.
No, you said Arab. I'm like,
no, era. ERA.
That show's back now. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah. It's I watched it the other day.
Really?
Bro, it was the weirdest thing.
It the same line style? You are the
weakest link. It's the weirdest. It was the weirdest episode I watched. It was like it was like the Glee cast like coming back to do like a charity thing because Jane Lynch hosts it.
She was connected to both, right?
Yeah. Who she like was Sue on Glee, and so I watched it. And it was like it's a cool format, I get. Like it's a cool show, but it's like the episode was so like contrived. I don't know. It was just it was weird.
Meh.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
Special Forces, you guys rock with that? You heard of it?
No, is that is that where they take
where they take some celebrities
and they do
training?
Yeah. I've heard of it, never watched it.
Up in a barracks, they're all gritting it out for a couple of weeks or 21 days or whatever it is.
That's a cool concept.
It is cool. This is the third season I've watched it.
Who's done the best?
A couple of NBA players. Dwight Howard was pretty good last year, so they get a good chunk of cash to do it. And what it is like over the course of 3 weeks, people drop out, right? Because they test your mental, but then you're also, it's like a fear factor. You're doing like stunts and stuff that SEALs would do and water training. But then it's like the grueling stuff where like, if you disrespect them or talk back or aren't a good teammate, they'll make you like hit the ground and crawl through mud and do 10-mile run out of nowhere. In the middle of the night, they'll wake you up. So, and Johnny Manziel is on this season.
Ooh.
Boy, he's hurting. Episode 1 just aired last week. Hurting, like embarrassing. I felt for the guy. I'm like, I'm glad I got to smoke you on the field. Man. He was so fat and out of shape. Like one of the first to like be mentally weak. Like to like almost crumble. Like out of all these people, I thought, damn, man, that's a bad look, Johnny.
Johnny Football was a guy who really got, I think, killed for his mental weakness. And he kind of came out, like he's come out now and he's doing a bit of a media tour, like podcast, just stuff like that. But he's had old teammates who've come out and said like, man, listen, the Browns weren't the problem. Like you were the problem. You were the one who got in your way. And you see it a little bit. Like it is crazy to think about because like going from being the big man on campus in College Station, Texas A&M, Heisman winner as a freshman, but never really having that second mental gear. Like that's pretty rare. Like it's pretty rare to be that talented and achieve what he did in college, but then still not have like the mental to go take it to the next level. Like it's not something you see very often. And so you saying like, I'm not really surprised. Like he would be one because when you said people drop out frequently or like they drop out throughout the course of the show,
like, they get just mentally broke.
As soon as
your family,
as soon as you said Johnny, I was like, yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Episode 1, I thought because normally the football player they had, who was it? The Seahawks receiver Golden Tate last year. Oh, no, football players typically are good. Cam Newton was in last year. Like they're good. But
they're used to that, like being yelled at. The 2-a-days from training camp and stuff.
And doing the physical stuff is usually easy, but he's like really out of shape. You know who was funny? You'll understand the Swaggy P. He's on this one. Yeah, and he got because he all got that dumb smile.
Oh yeah,
and he couldn't wipe it off his face.
He does.
The thing is that's like killer. How they'll turn you against each other, not against because it's not a competition, but like how they'll get you the morale down is say like. You all completed the task and like I'm fucking around with the drill sergeant not listening, but he'll punish you guys because I'm not doing something where I'll have to stand and watch. And like that's where it gets real nitty gritty when everybody else is suffering for your wrongdoing.
That's the hockey thing there. And you got the I don't want to call them the goon. When you got the enforcer out there running around, go, you keep doing that. I'm going after your best. I'm not coming for you. I'm coming for your best player. So you keep acting up and I'm going to come get your best player. Yeah. And then he's going to sit next to you on the bench and he's going to tell you to smarten up.
Who's dropped out the quickest or who's been like the worst on the show? Where does it air, by the way?
They go all over. Like, so this one's in North Africa, Morocco, I believe.
No way.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. So
what channel is it on?
You're a geography guy, right? Yeah. Morocco, that's North Africa.
That's North Africa, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, northeast.
He said northeast.
It counts.
It's actually northwest. It's not northeast. It's northwest.
Like that, huh?
Yeah, I like geography. I got it wrong. It's northwest though. It is northwest.
What drove you like to get to? Because I really know maps.
I don't know,
well, but not the world map. I know like city maps and routes and.
It's a good question. Like not to like sound douchey about it, but I guess just like an interest in it and just wanting to know. Like that was a big part. I remember like in elementary school, we would do like quizzes and stuff. And I always thought it was like really cool if I could be the guy who got all the capitals of the countries. Like if no one else could, like they'd be like, it's kind of like the thing, like when you're in like 5th grade and you win a race, you're like, yeah, like I'm hot shit. I felt like that as well for like getting the capitals of the country right during these quiz games. Oh, I'm not good with states. Arkansas, is it Little Rock?
I believe they're connected. I don't know if they're the capital or anything like that, but Little Rock
states.
Little Rock, Arkansas. It definitely sounds like. Yeah,
I like that. Right. I like being put on the spot like that. Let me just check.
Yeah, they sound like they go together, right?
It is Little Rock.
Yeah.
Sticking to sport though, Johnny Manziel. It was a bad look for the ball players. I'll tell you what, it was.
They got to get you on that show.
I would honestly, like I say to my wife, like I would thrive because I wasn't a yes man.
Yeah.
like I wasn't like a coach's pet, but like I did the right things.
Yeah.
So like I would stand there, yes sir, no sir. I would crush the physical stuff, the mental. And what I don't get is like people get, it's like I say, it's fear factory stuff, jumping out of helicopters and hold your breath and as you're locked up and you got to get out of some water and stuff. You got to, of course there's some risk. But I don't think that they're going to let you die on TV.
Exactly.
No, they're all over it, I think.
So it's like
same thing with like
just
that.
go all in. That's what I thought.
Yeah, 100. Same thing with like exactly that. Like with Fear Factor when that was airing, like
Or Survivor.
Or Survivor. Like you were going to do some pretty crazy stuff, but then we're going to let you die.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Who was the celebrity that like did the worst? Or like quit the quickest.
Well, there was this one woman. She was from, because they got all types of athletes and like housewives or whatever.
Yeah.
This one lady, she like the losing. He had to jump out of a helicopter. He got split into two teams, and the team with the people that didn't do it successfully because they had to what's it called down rappel down. And some people would like get caught up on the helicopter. It wouldn't be smooth. It had to be smooth. And then as you go down, you get speed built up. So you didn't want to jerk it either. It all had to be smooth. So the team with the most smoothest people did it. They had to get driven back to the barracks, whereas the other team had to run like 8 miles. And this lady, she like halfway through the run, she's like, I'm out. So no, she didn't even make it to the barracks.
Wow.
Yeah, chubby lady, So she was out. Didn't even make it to the barracks.
You always wonder why they accept that invite.
There's a waste. And like these like SEALs, there's 4 SEALs who run it. They're savage. Right?
Oh, they're not gonna
like they say to her, "You're a fucking waste of a plane ticket." That's what they say. Yeah. You're a fucking waste of a plane ticket out here.
It's kind of right.
8 miles.
Ruthless.
8 miles is like that's a pretty decent little.
It's a serious haul after you've done a task and stuff. And
especially if you're not like a runner.
For sure. But like, it's still running. Like get to the barracks.
You have to realize if you're doing a show like this, it's gonna be tough.
What's it called again? I want to put in the memory bank for later.
Now I'm tripping. Special Forces.
Special Forces.
Yeah, check it out, man. Just the 3rd season just started last Thursday. It's cool because like they'll have people you recognize. There's about 3 or 4 players, NFL players. Swaggy P's on this one. It's a cool show. There'll be some other athletes, or celebs,
Jussie Smollett's on it.
Yeah. UC. Yeah.
UC. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure. This is cool.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, one thing we didn't talk about was we talked about it a little bit on Elks Central yesterday, but it came out like basically right after we wrapped Elks 101 last week. The rule changes. We haven't had a chance to really go into them, so I just kind of want to go through them, get your guys' thoughts here. The 2026 changes, the ones that'll be implemented, the modified rouge, and then the opposite field team benches and the 35-second play clocks. For me, like this modified rouge, I'm so happy they're changing. I hated that. I don't know where you guys came. I don't know how much we really talked about it, but I hated that you could like just fuck up your, because here's the other thing, Eddie, and you know this, the kicker can be very important. They ain't really like, you're not really a football player. No. You know what I mean? And so the fact that you could go out there, fuck up your one job and win the game because of it was always just,
last season.
It was always just so ridiculous to me. And the fact that that could conceivably end a playoff game or a Grey Cup game.
That's where the argument, the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
Could you lose or win a Grey Cup game? Like, sure, you'll love to win, but as a league, do you want the Grey Cup to end that way?
Yes, exactly.
That's where it comes down.
Definitely no, but I still wanted the punt through the end. Like if you can punt it into the end zone, that's where I still wanted the point. I just wanted to get rid of the missed field goal. If you didn't have an opportunity to run the ball out, then don't give him the point. But if he comes up with a way to like kick it through the end zone, even with some skill, then I think that should still be the point. It is football, so let's keep a little bit in there. Plus, it's the CFL. We've had this for a long time, and the only reason anybody talks shit about the Rouge, it's the missed field goal and then goes through the end zone. So keep the kickers involved. You're now going to have a lot of punting now, moving the uprights back too, right?
And we'll get to that one as well. I thought about that as well, and I was cool with it going through the end zone on a kickoff. Because you have to kick it like 80 yards. That's a bomb. That takes some real skill. With punts, the reason I was fine with the change, because for anyone who doesn't know, let me get the exact wording here from CFL.ca. It says a punt will The rules will no longer include a single point for a missed field goal attempt that goes wide of the goalpost. A point also will not be awarded when a punt or kickoff sails through or rolls out the back or sides of an end zone without being touched by the returner. If a punt, field goal, or kickoff settles in the end zone and the returner fails to take it out or takes a knee, then a single point will be rewarded. The reason I was more fine with the punt being taken out was because if you're in a situation where, like, let's say you get it deep to your opponent's 20-yard line, with the goalpost moved back, now that's a 42-yard field goal, right? Yeah. 42-yard field goal. But if you have like an injured kicker or if you have a kicker who has the yips, if you get deep and you're on your opponent's 20-yard line, like I just said, and then you punt it out of the end zone, that kind of feels to me like accepting what would have been a missed kick. And that's why I don't like it. Like if you get down to the 15-yard line in the tie game and instead of sending out your kicker to try a field goal there, you're punting it out of the end zone. That to me feels a little cheap.
Are we getting too ruly if we go say you can do the punt through the end zone if you're say on the other side of the 45?
I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I think that's
because I definitely was not considering like the 12.
Exactly.
I
right?
was like I'm thinking like a long ass punt where you somehow bounce it like instead of coffin corner,
where it is
you get it into the end zone and you're like, okay, that was all skill by the kicker. Here's your damn point.
And I like that a lot, honestly. Like I like putting a yardage on it. Like, beyond the opponent's 45 or 40, whatever it is. Because to Rick's point, like it does take skill to bomb that ball out of the end zone. Like
we talk about a coffin corner, which is great.
You're 15.
Well, let's go 4 yards deeper and put it in the end. That should be your point as well.
Yeah. Like if you're kicking it through the end zone, like throughout the back of the end zone, you're 15 yards off the long snap. And that's a 15-yard end zone. Like that's 30 yards right there, not counting wherever on the field it is. So it does take skill, but
outside of the net.
Yeah, exactly. But my thing was just like, if you do get down to that 8-yard line in the tie game and, you know, your kicker's 0 for 4 that day or your backup kickers there, Ben Cahoon is taking field goals. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that, then I think it was kind of
good job.
Yeah. That was awesome. I think Dave Stolle used to do it as well.
I played with Stolle. Stolle was sick.
Yeah.
He was a legend.
He was so good, man. Canadian, right?
Yeah, Canadian.
Yeah.
In his celly during his prime years, because he had a couple years where
he would juggle it, right?
Yeah, exactly. He'd get it and kick it up and juggle it around and then bomb it into the stands.
He was awesome. Sick. He was awesome. Where do you didn't really...
So with the whole, when we'll bust down each rule overall, the Rouge, I'm okay with it, and I get behind where you both are coming from. So yeah, I would lean that way, but as a whole with the Rouge, I'm fine. And the rules in general, I'm pretty lukewarm on them. I really want to see them play out before I really pass judgment, especially that clock.
The clock one's going to be interesting.
We need to see how that's really going to go. I don't have this strong opinion either way.
Nobody's done a video yet. Like, no. Just go back to a game where you've seen in the last 3 minutes, it takes put up a 35-second clock and then just play the video of the officials grabbing the ball, running it over, blowing the whistle, blowing it in, and see where we are in terms of being that much different.
I don't know the depth of it. I just heard little bits and pieces of Jason Krueger had mentioned that he timed out like the last 2 minutes.
I think
or whatever.
He'd talked to a team that had timed it.
Yeah, and it was 11 minutes long. But again, I need to see it before I even have an opinion. One thing I'm completely on board with the teams and on the separate sidelines. Duh, no brainer.
It was Toronto and it was Hamilton, right? Those were the only
BC
two?
Actually, it used to be BC was normal where it's a team on each, but then this past year or this season, they changed it due to some advertising. So now in BC, both are on the same too, which I wasn't even
That's right.
privy to. I didn't even know that.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one where I'm like, it was pretty Bush League that you guys were on the same side.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like that one's.
And just say the ball is way down on one goal line. Like that's a far run.
Defensive substitution. You're running like 60.
I didn't even think of that. Man. I didn't even think. I just assumed having this is a physical sport. Now let's put them both on the same sidelines. Like we've seen what happens when we send two teams down the tunnel at the same time. Yeah. Let's put them on the same sideline. That's
honestly the bigger issue is the defensive subs.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
On top of the whole, you get the mojos flying, but man, say you're down on the 2-yard line. Like
it's a long ass run.
Player, you got to sprint a full 60 yards and then
and you honestly can't
get ready to play.
You honestly can't sub back in the next play because you're too winded. Like if you're like a nose tackle subbing out, not that a nose would sub.
Say if it's a late sub and you got to scramble, you're not scrambling back at an angle to get to your team bench. You're gonna go directly off squarely. and then you're going to walk up through the other team's bench, which just poses other problems. It's just unnecessary.
100%. I bet some people heard that rule change and were like, wait, they weren't on the opposite sides of it, but that's an easy one. Yeah, the 35. Sorry, I cut you off.
Did
you want to keep talking about this one?
No, I was good on that one. I wanted to move on.
Yeah, the 35-second play clock, because this is the thing kind of for me, and I've mentioned this, wrote about it at ElksNation.ca, mentioned it. I like all the rules in a vacuum, but to me, it does still feel like a bit of an Americanization of things. And the 35-second, like I like the auto clock. It's going to speed up the game. I don't think people necessarily always realize that the 20-second clock wasn't a run clock. It had to get whistled in. But it does bring up the point of like the big point because it's going to speed up the game. I like it. I like the auto clock, but those last 3 minutes, like we saw it in this past weekend.
We've seen it a bunch this year.
Saskatchewan. Yeah. I mean, every season, like it is the last 3 minutes.
That's where the game is won or lost.
I mean, to be fair, that probably would have helped us this last night.
Definitely.
Seriously.
I would have a few less grays right now.
Seriously.
I don't know. Like I feel because
I'll challenge you just a little bit on that whole Americanization. I don't feel it's like the clock and the rules so much that Americanize the game. I feel it's the field.
I agree. Yeah. I think it's like the totality of it. And
I don't like the
field's a big part.
It's more the field than anything.
I didn't like them shrinking it.
I
agree.
I don't understand why they shrunk the field. I'm cool with the end zone shrinking. I'm cool with that actually.
Just so they're all the same size and they're all the same shape. Like I'm cool. Everyone 20s.
Exactly.
But they've got some that were, I think some were 18 and then some had tapered in and some taper in.
Yeah.
So that can't be a thing.
So I'm good with it going to 15. I really am. 20 is a huge end zone. And then with the goalpost at the back, I'm actually good with that too. I foresee how it will open up a lot of offense because that's a big obstruction that you have to throw around as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And even as a defensive player, it sucks. Like they can use it as something to pick you. Or I was talking with a former player, Justin Sorensen, down at an event on Thursday, and we were both standing in an end zone. And he was like, yeah, it's probably going to be even good for you defenders too, because we're in a goal line situation. It doesn't even matter what hash. Like you're dang near in a stance backed up onto that goalpost, depending on who you are in the front there. So yeah, it's going to be a good thing. It will open things up. I think it really will.
Like the CFL.ca said they're going to be 10% more end zone completions and 60 more touchdowns a year. I don't know where they came up with that numbers.
Pie in the sky.
Yeah, like dude, like come on. I don't think those goalposts are good for 60 touchdowns. You're not going to equate to 60.
Yeah, where's that? Who does the math?
Bro, they just threw.
How do you even determine?
Yeah.
They didn't even cite their sources. They just threw it in the press release. They were like, 60 more touchdowns a year.
So we all kind of can get behind the goalposts.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Now,
I think
let's talk about why is it 100 yards? What's the why there? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't either. You're going to make all the fans further away from the game now, especially right? Because you can't bring everything closer.
There's a lot of dead space at Commonwealth. It's going to be gross. It's going to be, and like you can add more like loge, whatever you want, type seating, party zone, but the sight line you're not going to be able to see because there's only so much flat that you can have fans on.
It's cool to be on the field level, and it's really cool when they're right in front of you. But once they're 10, 15, 20 yards, it sucks, man.
Can't see nothing.
And especially when they're going the other way.
Exactly.
You're like, well, at least I got this giant TV to watch.
And like, I think Stewart's explanation around it was kind of just, hey, like it's less room for the offense to drive. There's going to be more offense, going to lead to more scoring chances, which I guess I get in principle, but it does seem that was the one listen, if you put the goalpost at the back of the end zone, you have to shorten the end zone. You can't have it 20 yards because if you get to your opponent's 20-yard line and it's a 20-yard end zone like that, that's a
47-yard kick
right there. Like that's kickers are essentially out of it. But this one, it does this one to me seemed the most unnecessary. Yeah, like why are we taking?
And then the trickle down from this one is the one I'm most curious about because I know. The Bombers, they own the stadium, but the Bisons play out of it.
Yeah.
McMahon, UFC, they own McMahon. So actually the Stamps play out of McMahon. McGill, they own it. So the Als play out of McGill. So what's going to happen with these amateur sport teams?
My thought as well.
CFL teams are having to play on this specific field, but U Sport doesn't adapt to these new rules.
Have a lot of paint on that field.
The field.
There's gonna be a lot of paint.
Yeah, like that's my biggest question is what are we going to do with the amateur fields, and then so on and so forth. And we talk about the high school levels as well. In every high school that I know in any major city typically runs their playoffs out of the big stadium, which would be Commonwealth here. You can't do that if you have a field that's not the proper size, if it's all changed up to the new CFL and not across Canada, right? So,
and what about like some like a small town, like I don't know, like Cochrane or something? Like, do they have like the means to change their field around?
And who's going to be the one
like who's footing that bill?
Exactly.
You know,
so that's the trickle down I'm really curious about, especially at the U Sport where they do share buildings and they do share the same field. And
now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think like there's a governing body for amateur football in Canada.
Yeah,
but I don't think you could say like Ontario's changing it and Alberta's not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you could go and say like you have to, like, because Ontario might play one way and Alberta plays the other just because of like funding, like whatever it may be. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if that would even be the case, but that's something like I would think about as well. Like, what if you have one province playing high school ball the new way, one playing it the old way? It's interesting
because I know in BC they actually play 4-down football. Like in BC,
what? Really?
Yeah. A lot of the high school in BC is actually 4-down American ball, and it's been like that for quite some time.
Lib-ass province doing whatever they want,
just running wild, reckless.
This is what happens over there, I guess.
Well, I saw an interview actually with the president of Football Sask when the news broke last week, and he said that a person individual for each province for the body of Football Canada has spoken with the new CFL commissioner Stuart Johnson, but I don't think like anything. Like, sure, they've consulted, but I don't think anything's come of it.
No, they're just like, hey, we're changing the rules. And I was like,
it would honestly be easier. It would honestly be easier for youth football around the country to not change things. But then it does beg the question, like when like these big cities, like these Torontos, these Vancouvers, these Edmontons, these Calgarys, like get into like their playoffs and their provincials and stuff, and you're playing in like the big stadiums. Like, then what?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Could you imagine just going for an entire season playing one dimension of field and then
just something completely
in the playoffs different? It just changes.
Did you ever play in Commonwealth?
Never
got to.
No, we never.
Is that something you ever wanted?
Not real. Like, it would have been cool. Don't get me wrong, for sure. But for me, my thing would have been like, okay, there's like 1,000 people here and 59,000 empty seats.
There's a lot of cool seats in here, but I like some people here.
Yeah,
like it would be empty.
Like playing at Clark or at Foot and getting like a few hundred or 1,000 people out there, whatever. I guess it was probably never
feels better,
but it just feels like it's kind of intimate and stuff, and like it's a little bit more fun.
Totally.
Yeah, it. What was it like playing Commonwealth?
Well, I didn't do Commonwealth, but in Winnipeg, Canadians.
Yeah,
it was hype. Like, it was a little smaller stadium. Like, it would only hold 20.
Not the stadium they have right now.
No. It was the old barn.
Yeah.
But still, it's high school. Yeah, it's an empty stadium. You got a section of a couple thousand.
It's cool being in there, but then you're like, man. Oh, I wish there were people.
It's like, yes, but it is cool.
It's like playing in Rogers.
It's no different than playing a high school game in Rogers. It's sick, man.
Yeah, it's dope.
Sick.
Yeah.
Being down on the ice with the lights.
It is like, because it is funny to think like, it's like a cool sentiment that like Football Alberta would be like, we're going to put our playoff game in Commonwealth or McMahon or something. Like, I totally get that. But it is kind of also like, you know, this isn't Texas high school football. Like, we can't exactly fill out this stadium.
No. But there is something to be said for like,
and the senior
this is where like we relate Rogers. This is where McDavid skates.
Yeah.
It's big for the kids being in that moment. Like,
it's good for the growth of like local football, right? Like, Canada right now is on the up and up when it comes to that. We see more players in the NFL every day. We see more players in the CFL, and they're getting better and better. That's how you grow the sport, right? Give them something to play for at the ages of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then you grow that and you keep going afterwards.
I wonder, the landscape is so different. Like, high school hockey used to be big in Winnipeg.
Yeah, we don't even have high school hockey out here.
So
that's different. Crazy to me. How do we not have high school hockey?
And I remember, because they probably don't even do, I probably sound crazy talking about people skating at Rogers because they probably don't even do it, but like the high school hockey playoffs even used to be at the where the Jets play at. I forget what it's called now. The barn's been through a few names.
MTS.
It used to be MTS.
It used to be?
Yeah, it's something new. Some new rights. Naming rights. But yeah, like
they'll still put like
out of there.
They'll still put like minor hockey in bigger rings. Yeah. So back when I was playing minor hockey a trillion years ago, we got to play at the Agricom, which is dope. But I'm pretty sure now they'll throw them in there. They'll throw them in the community ring. They'll get some reasons to use that ice for the kids stuff.
That's good. It is good for the kids. Yeah, 100%.
It was awesome as a kid.
Any other thoughts on the rule changes?
No, that's kind of it, man. I'm very measured until I see the gameplay.
Yeah.
You know, some things I can get behind, but I'm not. I see people, man. Just
You're not going to Nathan Rourke anybody?
No, and I see a lot of people like on both sides of it sticking up for the rules or bashing the rules. And I can't do either or until I really see it. There's some things I really can agree with. Again,
some things I like, some things I don't like, and some things that I'm waiting to see in the game.
I'm definitely not going to like some of the TSN guys are just steadfast thinking this is the best thing for the game. Here's one thing I'll say. And then I see other people who are against them who think that these are the worst thing for the game. I'm not either or. I don't think that this announcement of the rule changes, fellas, is going to suddenly attract 10,000 new fans to every venue. I don't know how these rule changes are going to attract new viewers the way that it's proclaimed that it's going to. I just don't see it.
This is my thing with that because it feels like, and like I say, I like all the rule changes in a vacuum, but it feels like you have, to a degree, alienated some of your really hardcore devout fans who feel like the game is a little less CFL than it was a week ago. And then the and with that is, if you are, I don't know how much you guys feel they're pandering to an American audience. Because I think there's a degree of it, and I think the MLSE partnership with the Bills is.
I think that
you just brought that up, Deck.
That is dumb.
With that point,
yeah. But
I'm just gonna because you brought it up, and then you can finish up here, Deck. What's crazy about all this is these rule changes come 2 weeks after this American partnership with the Argonauts and the Bills, MLSE.
Yes.
That's what's super fishy.
Because my thing is like, I think there are going to be some real devout CFL fans who are going to feel a little bit like they got the shit end of the stick and aren't going to like this, which is whatever. That's normal. And then I feel like the American fans, they don't care.
Yeah, like nothing here is like, oh, now I'll go watch the game.
Yeah, like it'll always be for like any American fans or any NFL fans, like it's still going to be the NFL here, the CFL here. Changing the rules to make it slightly more American is not going to make them care about. Because I think a better way to go about it, like don't pander to your American fans because like I just said, they're going to put the NFL first. Don't pander to your American fans. Make it like sell the next generation on what the CFL is and the uniqueness it has.
And there is a specific day in the year where they can do that. If you know the summer, there is one day in the year that is the worst day for sports lovers. Monday is the home run derby. Tuesday is the All-Star game. Wednesday is nothing. There is absolutely nothing on TV. Golf doesn't start till Thursday. There is zero on TV. The CFL should grab that Wednesday and play everybody on that Wednesday somehow and blow it up all because you're already in the US. They're not watching anything.
No,
you have an opportunity to get into every damn TV out there. You're getting their eyeballs, getting their heads. Own that one day because there's nothing else on there. No one's going for it. Nobody can grab it except for you. You have an opportunity to go show your product to the people who want to watch sports, have nothing to watch. Take your opportunity.
My personal feeling, and then we can move on as well. When it really breaks all of this down, fellas, the CFL game isn't broken. The game itself didn't need to be fixed. The business model needed to be fixed. I don't believe that the rule change is going to really impact the game and bring in this followers by the droves. I don't. The marketing, the lack of a functioning website, the lack of up-to-date stats, the lack of player interaction, just through the media, player marketing. That is the problem. That's the issue, not the game itself and the rules of the CFL game. Maybe the Rouge, sure. Nothing else was an issue when it comes to the rules of the game.
I like the size of the field. That's Canadian. I'm glad they didn't go skinny.
Let me ask you one more thing. Do you think the changes and the field dimensions are there because if there's possible expansion to America, this now becomes a heck of a lot easier?
How could you not put on the tinfoil hat and start to think that coming off of the announcement of a partnership with MLSE and an American organization? How could you not think that?
They tried doing. They brought the Bills up to Toronto, and Toronto fans didn't like it. They didn't sell out. The TV truck was in the way of the view. It was a flop. Outside of Toronto, where else are you going to bring a team? The NFL is going to go to Europe. They're going to go down to South America. They're going to go to Central America way before they come to Canada. Don't worry about that. Do exactly what you said. Fix what's wrong with the game, and the game on the field is not the part that's wrong. Fix your stats. Incorporate some sort of fantasy, incorporate some sort of gambling. And that's how the NFL is where it is right now, because of fantasy football, because of sports gambling. That's why they are. It's not because of the game. The game is good, but the game also could be shit.
I totally agree. I think you're obviously right. That said, we could do with a little less sports gambling shoved down our throats.
That's fair. But I mean, it's just that's the easiest way. That is the hot topic.
You hit any parlays yesterday?
So I had a little, let me tell you, I had a little Packers money line, Romeo Dobbs touchdown, George Pickens 50 receiving yards, Jalen Tolbert 30 receptions, nice. 3 receptions, 30 receptions.
I thought you meant 30 yards.
So yeah, 3 receptions, everything cashed except obviously it ended in a tie. I'm just sitting here like, why do I even?
And who'd you pick? Sorry, to win?
Packers. I had Packers money line.
Oh, Dak.
Because dude, all they needed in overtime was the touchdown.
How much was it going to hit for, if you don't mind me asking?
It was only like
not only a hit's a
8.6 to 1. 8.6 to 1, I think. So it was like,
and just come on, don't gotta be so.
It was like
what it was going to hit for.
it was 50 to win 320.
Nice, 320.
Yeah, it was 50 to
nice.
No, so
that's awesome, man.
That's not 8.6 to 1. What it's like 6 something.
All that matters is you're going to get 320. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, and it ends as a push. But dude, I had a terrible weekend gambling, like horrible, horrible. Because there's this one college football guy I listen to. I bet with him, but he's like 5 for 15 on the season or something. So I'm just hemorrhaging money on his bets.
College is getting harder because of NIL.
Dude, and the thing is, I know like the minute I fade him, it's going to start hitting. So I can't fade him. Because he's like,
that's the name of the game.
And dude, I've listened to his podcast for years, and he's like, he's a good guy. Like I like listening to him a lot, but he's also the guy who like when his bets hit, if he like starts slow, he's like, that's why you bet with me. Don't go against me. Like I was always going to turn it around. Like he's that guy who makes you feel like an idiot for not betting with him. So just got to do it. But yeah, it's been a bad past couple weeks for me. This weekend I had I forget what it was. It was like Ole Miss, Tennessee, Ohio State. It was the money line bet. I threw like $6 down just to get my account back to an even number. And that one cashed out at like, I think I bet 6 and I was paid out 50. I'm just sitting here like, I got no belief in myself. Like, why didn't I just throw down 100 on it? Like all of a sudden, like I'd be sitting with like 900 or whatever it is. Like it's just.
How about you, Rick? You hit on anything?
I did. I got a little lucky. Well, last night was a good and bad. I had the one bet going. I had Javonte for 30 plus rushing yards, Romeo 3 receptions, Josh Jacobs 40 plus yards. But my fourth bet there was Packers to cover the spread, so 6.5. Yeah. So I got bummed out there. That's for about $1,200. However, I felt better because I hit the Romeo 40 yards, Javonte over 47.5 rush, Jordan Love 200 yards passing, and then Javonte 3 receptions. That turned into 1,100. So we'll take it.
There we go.
Good hit.
We'll roll into the night, see what we can make.
I was
a double header.
Yeah.
I was looking for bets to throw down, and there's nothing I like tonight. Like I don't have confidence in anything. The only thing I kind of like, I mean, Broncos money line feels good, but I don't know if I've loved what I've seen from the Broncos enough to throw a sizable amount down on that. And then I like the Dolphins at -2.5. That was the line the last time I checked.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I like the Dolphins enough to make that bet. So I don't know. I'm probably
it's scary, but tonight be a good prop night. I think Garrett Wilson for his receptions or yards. You're probably looking at Devon Achane for about 5 receptions.
He catches the ball so much, eh?
Oh yeah. There's a lot of check down there.
Yeah.
Props to where it's at, hey Rick?
That's where I like to go. Yeah. Especially on a night like tonight. I would look at the Broncos too.
The props are definitely more fun.
They are.
But if you want to
if you want to be smart, then you just put down larger amounts on less
spreads.
Yeah. Like less parlay. Yeah. Less legs in that parlay.
Less legs, more surefire.
Exactly. So I'll look for like a 2-legger tonight.
But
and just remember, if you get to even money, you're doubling your money. That is a good thing. If you have any investment outside of this and they're like, hey, I can double your money, jump all over that. So if you have an opportunity to double your money, do it.
Dude, the parlays are the
true.
best. Like there's nothing like putting
Oh, they're fun.
Oh,
dude, like college football, because there's so many games. There's nothing like putting $1 down on a 30 leg
five to make
parlay.
550.
Dude,
You know?
I've put $1 down and the payout's like $12 billion before because I'm just betting like every underdog money.
In the playoffs that closed after one night at the bar, I had two guys, they put down $2 on a 15-way soccer bet because all the games are like, 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Like, it was worth like $3 million. They went to sleep. They woke up. They had one wrong.
No way.
Now, it was like the second or third leg, so there was no cash out involved or anything like that. But yeah, they got one wrong.
That's so...
This is in the middle of the playoffs too. I was like, if you both walked away with $1 million and left me high and dry in the playoffs because I need you damn employees, I would have lost my mind. That would have been awesome.
That's every sports bettor's dream. Like they're like, you really should be putting down like 100 to win 120 or 200 to win 240. Like just be smart about it. But there's nothing like letting a parlay ride. There's nothing like putting $5 down to hope that UTEP covers minus 45.5 against Texas and just watching that fourth quarter.
Aggressively checking your score out.
Plus 45.5.
Just checking the scores.
Yeah. It does, dude, because like I love, like I always like was like very aware of sports betting and like knew understood sports betting well, but I didn't get into sports betting for a while because like I was just such a purist. Like I just loved watching the games. And honestly, I wish I was still that way because sports betting, like it's obviously fun, but I definitely do feel like a sellout. Like I enjoy the games less because I used to just like, dude, like when I was a kid, like just watching the games, like having a soda, even as I got older, like I wouldn't really drink while I watched the games. Like I would just sit there and just watch the games because I love to do it.
So,
now it's like,
and that is why sports betting has put the NFL on a different planet.
because of suckers like me.
Man, all of us, don't worry.
All of us.
We got to hurry this one up a little bit because we haven't even got to our second segment here. Let's do this one quickly. Around the league, trade deadline this Wednesday at 1. I'll ask you this, guys, quickly. Any thoughts of moving or trying to move Mr. Ford?
Yeah, probably some thoughts of it. I don't know if anything will ultimately.
It would be tough to do.
Usually, the CFL trade deadline's not.
It's nothing really.
Like it's pretty.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Like, I don't know if I've even really thought about the deadline.
I think there was
in the
one
CFL.
trade last year.
Yeah, it's usually not a drama-filled trade deadline.
Most people, I think most people didn't even know it was this Wednesday.
I said, I don't think most people know that there's a CFL trade deadline.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair.
Thanks to us. That's why we get that info out there.
Ball guys, ball knowers.
For real, you need 2 quarterbacks in the stable regardless. So no, nothing's going to shake down this season.
Yep.
Nah.
I wonder, this isn't really like anything that's top of mind or like matters or anything, but I do kind of wonder what Cole Snyder looks like throwing that ball. Cause even in practice, he doesn't really like, he'll come in for the short yardage teams and, walk through, he'll do the short yardage reps, but most of the time, like he's just out there playing pass with Trey Ford, talking to his QB coach. Like he's not doing, I don't think he's ever going to be like a starter in the league or anything. Like he's a third stringer, for a reason. And he's the third stringer behind a guy with all due respect and Trey Ford, who like there was a pretty significant reason he became the backup, like there was a pretty significant slide. So I'm sure, but I'm just curious as to what he could be.
Still got a lot on the line for our season, right? So I don't think you'll see it.
Oh yeah, no. He's not getting no.
You'll see Trey before you see.
Yeah, oh for sure. No. I'm not saying it's not for Cole Snyder. I'm just curious
The question is, what's the quarterback room going to look like next year?
And that'll be an off-season thing.
Yeah, and if any of them will even be back, we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, it could be an entirely new quarterback.
We'll
But you trust a guy like Ed Hervey to go find somebody.
Absolutely. Just
look how many guys he's found that have been placed in this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you this. Are there any backups? And the contract situation is a little bit trickier to know, but are there any backups out there who
across the
point
league?
to?
No, not in the CFL landscape. I talked about this on the radio this morning on the Kevin Carrier show. Nah, man.
What about Jake Mayer?
Nah. Right now, currently in the CFL world, there's no backups that I would really go after.
What did Michael Riley look like when he was there, though?
He was a third stringer.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, is there somebody right now where like, but then maybe. I mean, back then nobody's looking at Riley either, right?
Hey, maybe, and Ed would know better than me because we don't get to see what third stringers look like, and we don't see that type of film. So maybe. But I do trust Ed because you just brought up the Michael Riley, and Ed has found other gems, and he is a good personnel finder and is a very good scouter. So I think Ed would be the person to pull a quarterback in America up out of nowhere.
Find one.
And potentially parachute them in and have some success.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It does seem, because I think everyone kind of feels like this team is on the right trajectory and headed in the right direction. I think a lot of people are pretty high on the prospects of this roster for next year, rightfully so. But it is kind of funny to think, the most important position in football is quarterback, and we could have an entirely new quarterback room next year.
There's room for improvement at the position. There's room for improvement at every position.
Yep.
No, nobody's safe right now.
If I had
on this
to,
roster.
if I had to guess right now today, I would think Cody would be the starter next year.
I would hedge my bet and say that too, but
I would say they're 50-50 there.
there is a world I could see where, none of them are back.
Like, I just wonder if they see some of the things we see with those. I mean, obviously they see it, but like we highlighted it yesterday on Elk Central, like some of those underthrows.
So the thing is, you know what you're going to get with Cody.
Yeah.
If you bring him back to compete even for the job, you know what you're going to get.
He's really composed.
Composed, good leader, good guy in the locker room, does all the right things. On the field, he can deliver the short balls and whatnot. His scrambling has declined, and it's only going to get worse as he gets older. His arm strength is only going to get worse as he gets older. So,
They'll be looking.
Yeah, you know what he is.
Yep.
It's not bad either. It's not bad, but you know what he is.
Life.
Another one, just as we're around the league here, some numbers from last week's, or I guess this Saturday's win against Saskatchewan. This was Justin Rankin's. This kind of surprised me. It's only his second multi-touchdown game of the season. I thought he would have had more than that.
Wow.
Yeah, only a second one. But he has surpassed both his yardage and scores from last season.
Not surprised.
So then his other one would have been the 204 game.
Yeah, it was the one against Calgary. That's right. It seemed like he had more than
You would just assume so because he is the offense, right? The offense goes through him. It may go through Cody, but we are successful with her as he is successful.
Yeah. The last thing, I guess, before we get to Rick's rants is the outlook of making the playoffs. You probably have to go 3-0.
All you got to do is win your next game.
And you need BC and Winnipeg to go 0-3 to round out the season. Not impossible, but
you need Winnipeg too, because I don't think we can get the tiebreaker on BC.
But if BC and Winnipeg both go 0-3 to finish the season, they'll both finish 8-10. And if Edmonton goes 3-3, they'll finish 9-9.
There you go.
So they would leapfrog both. And Winnipeg and BC don't play each other, which is huge. But we're asking a lot. Yeah, I think we all kind of agree. It's
one game at a time. You see what happens.
Yeah,
one game.
That's all you can do.
Brick by brick.
Yeah.
Bye week this week.
Exactly.
Bye week this week, and then hosting Winnipeg off the bye. So
must win.
See what happens in week 18, and then week 19 rolls around, and maybe. Okay, do we want to get to Rick's rant?
Yeah, no problem. It's short, but it happened to me today, and it's just so annoying. And I know it honestly is uncontrollable. But you get up early, hit the gym, you're doing your thing in there, and then all of a sudden, the fire alarm goes off.
Ooh.
That sucks.
Dude, and you're outside for like 20 minutes, and I'm not a young guy anymore, and getting the body going is one thing. That's easy. Yeah. Getting the body going, then stopping, then going again, that's another thing. There's just annoying. You're standing outside, there's no fire, there's no nothing. 5 trucks are in there, they're fiddling around on the little panel there. 20 minutes later, you go back upstairs, but
I hear that.
Stub of the toe, man.
What were you doing? What was the workout?
Today is chest day.
Okay, so
make it easy on Monday.
Probably easiest to jump back and get back.
Yeah, if it was legs, I probably went home. Like getting back on the leg day after it, that's probably not going to work so well.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's a brutal one. Which gym?
Brewery Good Life.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that before.
Of course, it could be anywhere in like they're downstairs. It could be the whole building where the stupid thing goes off, right?
Sucks.
Yeah.
Just the winners is like getting robbed. But you gotta hop out of the gym. Okay. Yeah. Shit. Do we want to jump over to Steele's Reels?
Let's rock and roll.
Best segment of the show. Let's do it. What do we got here?
All right, we got 6 of them here.
Today is the Carter O'Donnell highlight pack because this young cat, I mean, not so young, spent about 5 years down south in the NFL. But
so we're looking at right guard 64, correct?
Right guard 64. So let's start us from the top here, Rick. It's a little late. So he's pulling. So it's tough to really get this, but look at Carter with the 64.
He gets 6 in white, right?
Yeah, it's Tough to see because
Driving him
we
backwards.
started a little late here. So Rankin had a few big runs throughout the course of the game, and they all came off Carter O'Donnell pulling, and Rankin would follow him. Let's get to the next one here, Rick, and see. This might be a pass, though. This might be this is good pass blocking. Look at this is a twist game. Defensive tackle goes upfield. Defensive end comes underneath. Carter O'Donnell is going to be at the bottom. Guard passes off.
Great pickup.
The first defensive tackle out to his tackle next to him, and then he picks up the defensive lineman coming inside on the stunt. Just clean. Textbook.
And Malik Carney's a quick guy too.
Yeah, he is.
On a stunt like that, on a twist like that, like it's a little bit easier. But yeah, great, gets the hand on him and just right where he needs to be. Yeah,
eyes are in the right place. Picks up the other guy.
And it's good footwork too, because we saw a couple of games ago where somebody was in the middle. I think maybe the center and didn't have the great footwork, and someone got right past him. I think it was the Fajardo fumble for the touchdown that we lost on. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great pickup by Carter. And just the thing about Carter there is he did it in such a flow state. Like he looked so seamless doing it. Like it was so natural to him. Right. And just he gave the exact amount of time for Cody to get the ball out on that one.
Another run here is going to be a nice look. Again, you see this guard pulling. Run it back here, Rick. You see the right guard, top of the screen here, pulling. Following him, big block, seals that
right
edge.
On the shoulders.
And then look at he's downfield looking to get more action, and then falls on a guy, and just the little things like even landing on a guy and putting your weight on him, that adds up, man. That adds up. But what I really noticed while watching his film, the success that they had on running plays when he would pull.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible. It's a lot of trust in this young player.
Let's find our next one here.
It actually looks like he got beat on this one.
Oh, he did initially.
Yeah, but he comes back there.
And that's why I had this one, because he whiffed on it, gets beat by Micah Johnson, but then recovered right there.
Yeah.
And recovers and doesn't give up on the play and butt blocks him and almost shields him by so Micah can't make that tackle. Boom, right there.
That is
didn't give up.
There is a bit of a tendency to give up on a play like that when
Absolutely,
you get beat.
Because he gets beat by a solid veteran, Micah Johnson, might be a CFL Hall of Famer.
Just a swim move,
but
I think.
Recovers. He is a quick swim by Micah. But the recovery is why I had this clip pulled up. Because yes, the kid
just gets
beat,
off the shoulder,
but gets back in the play, and then there's a run sprung because he's able to recover.
There is on a run play like that, when you get beat off a swim or any move, and you let the tackle right into the backfield, there is kind of a tendency to be like, we messed this one up, hang the head, it's on to the next play. But to your credit, to your point, and to his credit, he completely recovered and stuck with it.
Sprung.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one will lead to the touchdown for us.
Again, we discussed this one on the show yesterday. Pulling guard. Look at 64 coming around, the footwork pulling. Take a guy. Take two guys.
Take two.
Get the edge. House call.
Such a textbook pull. This is the film you got to watch if you're a young guard in the
trust that this team has to go back to the well over and over and have success pulling, because that's hard, because not only does the footwork need to be proper, the timing, but then his eyes, because you got to pick up the right guy, because there's two different decisions you got to make, or you could pick up both for a house call.
Which is what he does.
Easy to take both of them,
I don't know. I'm sure they had Krueger pulling in a lot of sets as well, but I certainly don't think it was to this.
It's different.
I don't think it was to this success rate. No, for sure.
No. Carter's a different animal.
All right, what do we got here?
A screen pass.
Yeah.
Athletic. This is a huge screen. This play, and if we run it back, again, Carter comes out and sets the block that springs it. Watch 64 coming out. He's going to be right. Boom.
Yep.
And that's the block that springs it. Now Rankin makes a guy miss there with the stiff arm, but to be able to get to that point 5 yards down the field for Rankin, Carter O'Donnell lets him get there. Right? Bah.
Yeah.
So not only is he mauling guys in the run game, he's athletic enough to pull the way he pulls and get out in space on a little screen flare pass like this.
Also, I know, Rick, if you could just run this back from the beginning one more time. I know we're highlighting Carter O'Donnell in this play, as we should. Great job by him. Did his job exactly as he was supposed to. Watch OJ Hilaire on this play. Not his finest moment. Number 84. Watch him on this one. He starts as the slot there.
Terrible.
But keep watching.
Oh,
He just fits in everything. He's trying.
He actually made the block. He didn't do anything or touch anybody, but he opened up the room for the first down.
Yeah, he did.
As he tripped, he trips and opens up the room.
There you go. Anyway, anyhow.
Yeah, but that's what I just wanted to highlight, Carter, because so much good plays throughout the course of the game and just the way that they're leaning on this guy. And he's not a young kid. And what's really neat is it's 3 U of A Golden Bears.
Yeah.
Carter O'Donnell, David Beard, Mark Corti on the inside, guard, center guard. To me, that's really cool in the CFL.
Awesome to see. Okay, let's move on to there's no look ahead this week because the Elks are on the bye, so there's obviously no hot seat. So we're going to be wrapping this one up a little bit quicker, I guess. So let's get ahead to whose line is it anyway? 3 games this week. First game of the week, Saskatchewan and Ottawa. What do you guys, if you guys had to guess the line on this one, what would it be? And the over-under.
Saskatchewan's 0-2 in their last 2, right? I do think they're obviously just a better team. I'll give it, let's take 4.5 for Saskatchewan.
I got Sass 9.5.
Ooh, it is 4.5. Ooh. Great call, Rick. It is 4.5.
I had no look. There was no look in here.
The over-under on this one, 53.5. So if you guys were putting some money down, where would you come out?
Under.
Probably the under, but I think just the way Saskatchewan's been going lately, they've had the offense I think they win the game, but they've been leaking points. So in order to win the game, you're going to leak points. You have to get more points. So I'll take the over.
I kind of like Ottawa plus 4.5 at home, but that just seems, I just don't know if I can do it with this Red Blacks team. So I'd go Saskatchewan minus 4.5. And I don't know. I kind of like the under, but I don't know if I'd bet the over-under on that game, but I do like Saskatchewan minus 4.5. Hamilton at Toronto. What do you guys think the line and the over-under is for this one?
That's got to be Hamilton by 5.5.
Toronto by 2.5.
Is that interesting? Wow, 7-point difference between you guys there. It's actually Hamilton by 1.5 on the road, and the over-under is 57.5. I think I like Hamilton at minus 1.5, and I think I probably like the under in this one, honestly. Like 57.5 is a lot of points.
I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
I like
Dude, I'm getting a little crazy.
Yeah, Toronto, they put up a lot of points.
Yeah, they do, but I don't. Yeah, maybe you're right. And Hamilton did just, but like 3 points against Winnipeg.
See them each putting up 30 points.
I can't believe Hamilton lost 40-3, by the way. Yeah. I know this isn't a Hamilton or a Winnipeg podcast, but we glossed over that really quickly.
Nobody called that
40-3.
It's not even. You don't got to spend much time. It's called the Caleros effect.
Yeah,
That's really all it is.
Yep,
they're a different team when they have their ace back there at QB.
Calgary at BC. What do you guys think the line and the over under for this one is?
I'll go with Stamps minus 4.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lions by 3.5.
It is Lions by 3.5. Ooh. It is Lions by 3.5 at home. We need some help from Calgary in this one. Calgary go, or if BC. No, the
team that loses just has to lose out. Whoever loses that game needs to lose out for us.
But not even, because if Calgary wins,
we have to beat Calgary, and then we'll have the tiebreaker on them.
Just lose out.
Yeah. I would still. It feels easier for me if Calgary wins this one.
Tie you.
Yeah.
How about a tie?
It's not bad.
We just watched one a couple hours ago.
The over under on this one, 55.5, by the way. Where would you guys throw the money down on that one?
I might sprinkle a little bit over on that one.
I'd hit the over.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't hate that. A little over. In BC. Over and you said Lions minus 3.5?
Yeah, BC 3.5.
Yeah, I think I'd feel the same way. Calgary hasn't looked great their last couple times, so they've looked sluggish in there.
BC, that's fast track. Get going at home, they get going fast.
No, 100%. Yeah, okay, that was it. Only 3 games this week, so we made our picks. I like it. Okay, do we want to finish up before final thoughts with a little blind rankings?
I'm ready to roll.
All right, what do we have here today?
We're going to leave the food behind for 1 week, and we're going linebackers. That's not really from the same era. They're relatively close, but yeah, if you play Madden since like 2001, you know all these guys are. We're starting off with the legend Derek Brooks.
Oh man, Derek Brooks was great.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the Bucks back then.
He was. The problem is, I don't know how good we're gonna get here. I think just to be safe, I would like to put him at 4, but I think I'm going to put him at number 3.
I'm putting him at 4.
Let's go to the Bears. We're going Brian Urlacher.
I messed up already. Clearly, I think I'm putting Brian Urlacher 2. He was better than Derek Brooks.
3.
He's on TV these days. JJ Watt.
Oh man, I really messed up.
Hybrid linebacker. I'm going to go 5. Just because he's more of a D.
I'm going to do it with that as well. I'm going to do it with that as well because he was more of a true DN. So I'm going to put him at number 5. I like that logic.
Big Ray.
Because he's
Ray
better
Lewis.
than those two.
Ray's 1.
Yeah, Ray's 1.
Luke Kuechly.
Yeah, 2.
Luke Kuechly.
There we go.
4, I
Luke
guess.
had to be there.
Yeah.
Ray, we all know Ray.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you didn't forget Luke.
No, he was one of the best, man. He's one of the best.
Another real one was Patrick Willis.
Oh, yeah.
I could not remember the name. I knew I had the Niners in my head and I didn't go searching, but I was like, yeah.
Oh,
He took...
dog.
I forget whose head he took off from the Jets. I think it might have been like Lavernius Coles. But he took someone's head off in a game. You know, another good linebacker from that era was Teddy Bruschi.
Yeah,
Teddy was good.
I always liked Teddy.
Teddy was good.
Where would you put Dolphins legend? He's a little undersized, but Zach Thomas.
I like Zach.
Yeah. He was undersized, but he was incredible.
He would be in my top, like, we just went over, but he'd be up there for sure.
Yeah.
54.
Yeah, he was good.
I loved him, buddy.
Him and Jay Taylor out there.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a defense.
Man, I remember those days. That's nostalgia right there.
Yeah, especially because you can look back at one of his defensive backs. Now he's his son's playing for the exactly right.
Pat Surtain was cold too.
Yeah,
Him and
No,
Madison.
his son's like better than he was.
man.
He was a
Him and
good
Sam
player.
Madison on the other side.
Ooh.
Rick.
Buddy, I
Rick.
told you, buddy. I'm a Dolphin guy from way back. Yeah, man.
Sammy Madison.
Yeah. They had a
They had some
defense.
good, they
Hey,
had some players.
speaking of former Dolphins, how about Cam Wake
Oh, I love him. I got a
Dude.
jersey at home.
and him in the CFL?
Baller.
39 sacks in 2
years.
seasons.
Yeah.
He had 23 in 2008.
that
That's
08 year
ridiculous.
that 08 year, he was a freak.
Did he win MOP?
I think he did.
That I don't remember.
I think that year.
Yeah, it's
D
tough.
player of the year.
I know he went down a league and he was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Numerous.
All pro, made
Multiple
a
Pro Bowls.
bunch of money.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so good. In the CFL, man, those 2 years. Like
Well, he got cut from the Giants.
initially.
That was when the
yeah.
Giants had Umanura, Tuck, Strahan. Like they were just loaded with the ends.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Man, they did have a good run of defensive ends. Like
Pierre-Paul.
that was the other one I was going to mention.
They were loaded, the Giants.
Yeah, Cam Wake went to Penn State. Hey, man, 191 total.
Good you.
Whew.
He's a good player. One of the best to play in both leagues.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
No doubt about it.
Warren Moon.
Yeah.
Warren, because Warren, Flutie, those
Flutie,
guys get
Garcia.
recognition, but Cam Wake was probably one of the most dominant to play.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he was crazy.
You really break down the career.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit. Do we have anything else we want to add here?
Big win for Larry.
Yeah, that was a big one.
For Larry, huge win
Way to
for
get it
Larry.
done, Double E.
Yeah.
100%. Bye week this week. Take some time, get ready for Winnipeg. Watch that Calgary BC game closely.
Home stretch.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit. It's been good. I guess we wrap it up. Talk
I
to
think
you
so.
next Monday.
You bet.
Love you guys.